Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Do you, bro and sis, believe in ghosts? Are ghosts myths, real, or just imagination? Some people believe in them, others don't. There are those who claim to have seen, felt, or experienced strange things that are hard to explain. But some argue it's nothing more than hallucinations or tricks of the mind. Science has its own stance, but culture, beliefs, and religion also have their stories. So, what do you think, brothers and sisters? Are ghosts truly real, just myths, or simply imagination? Let's check it out. Our explanation about jinn or ghosts will begin from the Islamic perspective and later be compared with science and reasoning. In Islam, humans and jinn are both creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, created solely to worship Him. These two beings exist in different realms. However, jinn were given the ability by Allah to see humans and lead them astray, while humans cannot see jinn. As stated in the Qur'an, Surah Al-A'raf, verse 27, O children of Adam, let not Satan tempt you as he removed your parents from paradise, stripping them of their clothing to show them their private parts. Indeed, he and his tribe see you from where you cannot see them. Indeed, we have made the devils allies to those who do not believe. From this verse, we understand clearly that humans cannot see jinn, while jinn can see humans. Jinn may transform into visible forms seen by prophets, messengers, and even certain humans based on their testimonies. However, they never show their true form, only in the form of animals or resembling humans, often referred to as ghosts. Though they can appear before humans, jinn usually avoid doing so, especially in their true form, as it could endanger them. Given their arrogance, believing themselves superior when Allah created Adam from clay, they consider taking human form as humiliating, unless ordered by Iblis to deceive or mislead humans. Another reason is that if jinn were easily visible, humans could enslave them, as during Prophet Solomon's time, or easily kill them, as in the time of Prophet Ibrahim, symbolized in the ritual of stoning during Hajj. Even Iblis himself, disguised as Suraka ibn Malik during the Battle of Badr, fled in fear once the Muslim and Quraysh armies clashed. This is confirmed in the Qur'an, Surah Al-Anfal, verse 48. And remember when Satan made their deeds pleasing to them and said, "No one can overcome you today, and indeed I am your protector." But when the two armies came into sight of each other, he turned on his heels and said, "Indeed, I am disassociated from you. Indeed, I see what you do not see. Indeed, I fear Allah, and Allah is severe in penalty." So, you may ask, can jinn that take animal or ghost-like forms really be caught or even harmed by humans? The answer is yes. As in the times of the prophets, and even until today. Believe it or not, you'll find countless videos on YouTube or TikTok showing ghosts being driven away, captured, or struck. Whether or not those videos are real, it can still be explained logically, or even devil's logic, if you will. Here's a simple analogy. Mike Tyson is unbeatable in the boxing ring, Usain Bolt is the fastest man on earth, and Bruce Lee was a master of Kung Fu. But what if they were thrown into the ocean? Could they defeat a shark? Of course not. Their skills on land mean nothing underwater, where they'd quickly become prey. Likewise, sharks are deadly in the sea, but stranded on the beach, they become shark fin soup. Eagles dominate the skies, but on land or in water, they're vulnerable. The same with jinn. They are powerful in their own realm, but when crossing into the human realm, they lose much of that power. Not all jinn can cross dimensions either. Only those with great knowledge or power can do so. Even then, they lose their strength once in the human realm. That's why jinn usually target weak, fearful humans and avoid the faithful and courageous, like when jinn fled from Umar ibn al-Khattab, even though Umar himself couldn't see them. This is just like humans in the sea. You may learn to swim and dive, but you're still no match for sharks. You hope only to meet small, harmless fish, not predators. Even when jinn take ghostly forms, not everyone can see them. Only those with a medium, a jinn residing in their nerves or bloodstream near the eyes, can. This is why indigo people see ghosts. To remove this ability, Islam prescribes ruqya, spiritual healing. It's like humans and fish. We can't see fish deep in the sea unless they leap to the surface. And fish can't see us unless we dive underwater with special gear like a diving mask. From a scientific and psychological perspective, if you ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek about ghosts, the conclusion is clear. There is no scientific evidence proving ghosts as real entities. And this aligns with Islamic teachings, that humans by default cannot see jinn or ghosts, just as stated in Al-Qur'an, Surah Al-Araf, verse 27. Why ghost claims are hard to prove scientifically. There are several reasons why ghost sightings and supernatural claims remain difficult to verify through science. 1. Lack of strong physical evidence. Science requires measurable and testable proof. Unfortunately, no scientific instrument has ever consistently detected supernatural entities. Ghost hunters often use tools like thermal cameras, EMF meters, or voice recorders, but the results are usually inconclusive or explained by natural causes, not paranormal activity. 2. Rational alternative explanations. Many so-called ghost encounters or mystical events can actually be explained by human psychology and environmental factors. Psychological effects. Most ghost experiences begin in the brain. For example, pareidolia, the human tendency to see patterns, especially faces, in random shadows or light. That's why blurry figures often appear haunting. Suggestion and belief. If someone already believes in ghosts, creaking doors or moving shadows are more likely interpreted as supernatural. Sleep paralysis. During this state, the brain is half awake while the body is still frozen. Hallucinations of a dark presence are common and often mistaken for spirits. Environmental triggers. The environment itself can create ghost-like sensations. Infrasound, low-frequency sounds, inaudible to humans, can trigger anxiety, fear, and the illusion of a ghostly presence. Toxic gases, such as carbon monoxide, which cause dizziness, panic, or hallucinations. Electromagnetic fields, EMF, have been linked to feelings of being watched or followed. These combined factors often trick people into believing they had a paranormal experience. 3. Weak paranormal research methodology. Most evidence of ghosts is anecdotal, personal stories, which cannot be scientifically verified. Controlled experiments are nearly impossible since ghost claims are subjective and non-replicable. Ghost phenomena through science. History, quantum myths, and neuroscience. Historical cases. The famous haunting of Anne Boleyn, wife of King Henry VIII, is often told as her ghost wandering headless. In reality, this is more likely folklore strengthened by dark history and visitor suggestion. The Brown Lady photograph, captured in 1936, was long considered ghost-proof, but is now believed to be a case of double exposure, a photographic error. Quantum theories. Claims like ghosts are leftover energy or projections from parallel universes are science fiction speculation, not actual scientific evidence. Neuroscience. The human brain itself can create ghostly sensations. Temporal lobe disturbances, ideomotor effects like the Ouija board, infrasound exposure, or visual misperceptions can all trigger paranormal experiences. Conclusion. From a scientific perspective, ghost phenomena are best understood as a mix of history, culture, psychology, and environmental science, not actual proof of the supernatural. So, what do you think, bro and sis? Are ghosts a myth, real, or just imagination? Besides the previous explanation, have you noticed that ghost appearances vary in every region or country? For example, in Indonesia, there are many versions of ghosts, such as pocong, a ghost still wrapped in a burial shroud with its feet tied together, so it hops around when it moves; genderuwo, a large-bodied ghost covered in thick fur with glowing red eyes, often appearing in dark places like big trees or abandoned houses; kuntilanak, a ghost from Pontianak in the form of a woman with long hair, usually dressed in a long white gown, often linked to stories of women who died during childbirth; Sundel Bolong, a female ghost with long hair and a hole in her back, and many more. Now, the question is, do these Indonesian ghosts also appear in Malaysia, the United States, China, or Europe? Of course not. They don't know these ghosts, and they have their own versions instead. Here are some popular ghost types in Malaysia. Hantu Raya, a spirit believed to be a supernatural twin of a person, often used for black magic purposes. Toil, a small ghost often kept to perform evil deeds like stealing money or valuables, similar to the tuyul in Indonesia. Hantu Polong, a ghost associated with witchcraft and wealth-seeking rituals. Lang Suer, a female ghost depicted with long hair and white clothing, related to legends of women who died during childbirth, similar to Kuntilanak. Hantu Jipun, a ghost inspired by Japanese horror stories, and so on. In China, for example, there are ghosts like Zhongxi, often called the hopping ghost or Chinese vampire; Yu Hun Ye Gui, a vengeful ghost seeking revenge on those who offended them while alive; Wu To Gui, a headless ghost, the spirit of someone who was beheaded; Yuan Gui, ghosts of those who died unjustly, a story dating back to the Zhou dynasty; Nu Gui, a vengeful female ghost with a long hair, always depicted in a red dress, and many others. In the United States, there are ghosts like Annabelle, a haunted spirit residing in a doll; Bell Witch, a mysterious spirit often appearing as a young witch; Slender Man, a supernatural being with a tall, slender body, pale skin, and no facial features; Wendigo, a demon spirit from Algonquin traditions; Night Marchers, warrior spirits wandering in Hawaii; Casper, the friendly child ghost; and let's not forget ghosts like Scarecrow and many more. In Europe, for example, Banshee from Ireland, a mysterious female ghost who is considered a harbinger of death; the Green Lady from England and Scotland, a ghost with a body partly like an animal, such as a goat with 4 legs covered by a long green gown; Bloody Mary, perhaps the most terrifying. It is said she appears if you turn off the lights at midnight, stand before a mirror, and call her name 3 times. Legend has it that whoever succeeds will meet a tragic death. There are also ghosts like Dracula, or vampires, and zombies. So the names, types, and appearances of ghosts in each region or country differ, influenced by historical, cultural, belief, and ancestral storytelling factors. That's why it would be pretty funny if a pocong appeared in England. So what do you think, bro and sis? Are ghosts a myth, real, or just imagination?